Hello everybody, thanks for watching the great K6EGG live stream. But most importantly, thanks for spending a little while with me. And please, don't forget to tell your friends. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Greg K6EGG live stream. Give me just a few minutes and I'll be on the air.
Want to make a comment?
Oh, I'm on. I had the audio down. Usually that kind of cues me, and I knew I hit the button. I thought I had a second or two. So, welcome aboard. Happy Monday. First day. Is this a first official day of fall? Am I correct? Equinox? Is that what it's called? You guys all know I suck at this. What's going on? Last night, the band was actually pretty decent, but nobody was talking. So that kind of bummed me out. I didn't get to see weather. What was the weather in Denver? 56, little chilly and rainy. That's like winter for California. And we had like straight up like summertime weather, like monsoon type rain here last couple days. You got an Icom 7660. Wow. I wish I could talk to you on 6 meters. You're the queen of 6 meters, of course, at least in my eyes. This is kind of like when people stream themselves playing video games, but in the ham radio, I don't know if you're familiar with ham radio. This is very similar to that. Where are you from? Tell your friends. Ham radio, it's Dubai. Excellent. I've always wanted to go there, by the way. It's one of my places I've always really wanted to go and experience. Almost had an opportunity. Ham radio is basically what you see on the screen here. It is a basically like two-way radios. In this case, it's not on your hand. It's not in your hands. It's in a rack mounted, and it goes through. You may know what shortwave radio is. We call it HF, high frequency, basically really low band that goes off of. It's really called amateur radio. That's really that's going off of like a shortwave, basically frequencies. Nope, not like bacon. I don't know why they actually call it like ham. Oh. I would love to talk to somebody in Dubai. Get it on the radio. That would be nice. Colin right there put a link in there that explains it a little bit better. I just never understood why do I'm on this screen? That's what happens when I get caught off guard. To 15 meters I go. Colin, welcome to spring. How did you find the channel there for all the way from Dubai? I don't think I've ever had a viewer from Dubai, so that's nice. I love it. Dakota, when are you getting your general, dude? When I go up to Colorado and go visit my sister, I want you to have your general by then. Oh, come on. You're not that busy. And we'll do a POTA. We can do a 10-meter POTA. All right. Tonight. Yes, tonight. That's Matt K7 UAP's favorite term there. Tonight. Live. Tonight. Hopefully we don't have any sad hams in here tonight. Oh, yes, it works. You activated a new park this weekend. You're up by Santa Barbara. Next to, I hope, yeah, Santa Barbara. I talked to somebody yesterday in Santa Barbara. Tonight. That's sad people right there, Abdul. People are asking me that up until I got my general, and they're going to keep on asking. Because one thing I know, Dakota could pass that thing pretty easily, probably. But it'd be nice if I get up there and you can do the general portion of HF. I could bring up my antenna and some radios and stuff, and I got an antenna that I could throw in my bag and ship up there. All right. So do you guys hear anybody on 15-meter voice at all? You know what? I'm just going to go there. I'm just going to do it. Because I can. I don't think I hear anything on 15 meters. Colin. Dang, I thought that was somebody talking right there. So we just try 10? It's getting dark here, so I don't see any light in my office anymore. Don't seem too much on the scope here tonight. I am reading your text or your messages here, so I am doing okay. I'm a little full from dinner. I just had Wood Ranch. My parents took me out for my my birthday. Actually, it's a month delayed because we had some stuff going on. Nate, nice to see you in there. I was thinking about you because my Tesla just did an update.
Yeah, K7 copy uniform Mike in Utah. You're 5'9" here in Ohio.
5'9".
Sure can. It's Kilo Whiskey 8 Norway.
Kilo Whiskey 8 Norway. Let's see if I have this guy.
To you.
Let's see it. Let's see. I heard 10 meters was going off the hook. 15 the other day was really good.
QXC, I think it is. You're 5'9" in Ohio. Go ahead.
I had this guy before. I've had this guy. I made contact with this guy.
Thanks for the contact.
November Zulu to Sierra. November.
All right, anybody else before we pull the plug?
That guy's in Washington. We got a net here.
100 watts continuously, and but I'm starting to think, gee whiz, I think I'll try running some lower power and
a Yagi for 10 meters.
Contacts that way when the propagation.
I probably the closest one to you is in Chino Hills too. I believe, right? I think they have one in Glendora, maybe. I am so full. I just had chicken. I had a salad, chicken, mac and cheese, and baked potato, and that's pretty much it. I'm good, and I didn't really have that big of a lunch. I just had breakfast only. I had 3 eggs and some sausage. That's the guy that was there earlier. I'm hoping to make some new contacts tonight. I'm a previous CBer, so it just so happens that be. Oh, I got you. I think a lot of us were previous CBers.
Yeah, 5-7 off, both ways into Whiskey Alpha.
I've been to the one in Burbank. I think the only other one I've been to. And Wood Ranch is
Very much for being out there. You are 5-7 into Whiskey Alpha.
Wood Ranch is like a fancy barbecue place. I wouldn't say it's for those of you who've been to Kansas City, maybe Jack Stack kind of style. Although Jack Stack is about 1,000 times better than Wood Ranch. No offense to Wood Ranch.
This is Kilo Charlie 7 Charlie.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry, you got me off guard there. I was in the middle of making dinner, but I did throw my call out earlier. This is
What's he in his bathroom?
7 Charlie. My name's Eric, and I'm in Spokane, Washington. Over.
Wow, what a signal from Spokane, Washington tonight. I don't think I have him. Better text Dana here.
Yeah, copy. You guys both in Park 7474. Yeah, I've been listening for a little while as I've been preparing dinner, and both of you sound fantastic. You have got a good team there.
And my SMS messages aren't going out now.
So it's fun to listen to. So I've got you both in the log here. You're also
Dang
5-9 plus 10.
Just FT8?
5-9 plus 10, both of you here into Spokane, Washington. Over.
My texts are not going through. I do not know why.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's always fun. You know, you guys are just coming in here louder than any station I see on the.
I don't know. I don't use CB.
And, most of the time,
I think I don't know if you're asking me or people, other people in there.
I just had to speak.
I like my Cobra 148. My favorite CB radio.
I'm actually in a little place called Green
I was just gonna say that. I had a President Lincoln.
Acres, but that's what the name of it is here in Green Acres, Washington. Over.
What's going on?
Oh, that's fun.
This guy from Spokane, pardon me, Spokane Valley, Washington, K6EGG is just hammering in right now.
But clearly, you two are.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be able to find my noise if you have the same noise at your house and you're not awful too far away. By the way, I was actually by your house on Saturday night. I had to take the 10 home.
Charlie, Green Acres, Washington.
I'm going to see if I can make some contacts here. My own contacts. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf is the frequency in use. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf is the frequency in use. All right, let's see if we can get some new people in here or some people in here in general, not AI. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 46 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters. Let me know if you get them. Kim, we got to have you in Sonobus one of these days. That's it? Just a 5.9? Oh, come on. There's nobody on the radio today. It's a Monday. Today's my Sunday. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf called CQ 20 meters from Chino, California, outside of Los Angeles. Once again, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf called CQ 20 meters from Chino, California, about 40 miles east of Los Angeles. One more time, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf called CQ 20 meters. I heard somebody in there. Try again. I got a Foxtrot India November. It sounded off frequency. You want to try again? There's somebody way off frequency. You may want to tune in to 14247. 14247. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters. The Kilo Romeo 4 Foxtrot India November. Is that correct? Just to let you know, you sound a little bit off frequency. I'm on 14247 right now. You sound a little bit off frequency to me, but you're 55151, sir.
QFL. I got you 5555 in Alabama. Can you give me your call sign?
Sure. I copy the 55. My call sign is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf. Once again, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf in Chino, California. CHINO.
QFL. You're coming back to me. 7-3.
Thank you for coming back to me. I appreciate it, and I have you in my logbook there. Is it Rayford?
Rayford in Alabama.
Copy that. 7-3 from Chino, California. QRZ.
What's up, Walter?
This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters.
4 Hotel Oscar Golf in Oregon.
Whiskey November 4 Hotel Oscar Golf. You sound like you're my driveway, sir. 5-9 here into Southern California tonight.
Wow, well, thanks for that. You're 5-9. There's a little bit of QR and Nancy up here. Since you've got such a clear copy of me, can I try something real fast? I'm on a loop right now, full-size loop, and now I'm going to switch to vertical.
Copy that, no problem. And if you're interested in actually hearing yourself through my radio, I'm actually streaming on YouTube tonight.
Oh, wow, okay, well, I might do that. Okay, well, right now I'm on the vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I'm on the loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could you hear much difference?
I must admit, it was like a solid just above S9 on both of those transmissions.
Okay, that's nice to hear. Well, thanks. I got the reason it's nice to hear is because the loop is actually facing to the southeast and northwest, which is perpendicular to you. It's hung vertically, only about 30 feet high at the top. So, excuse me, I'm eating some popcorn here. I'm running about peaking at about 300-400 watts. The name is Alan, Alpha Lima, Alpha November, and it's a Yaesu FT8 and I'm driving an FL7000 that's about 30 years old. Back to you.
Wow, well, it's doing a trick down the coast into my 7610. I'm just doing a little 100 watts. Basically, that's QRP these days with all you folks with the amplifiers. But yeah, you're sounding good into my infed half wave. It's only up about 34 feet, but yeah, great signal down here. Really nice, loud audio as well.
Well, thank you very much for that. I didn't catch the name. What is your name?
I'm sorry, I didn't say it. It's Greg. Golf Romeo Echo Golf Golf.
Okay, Greg, very nice. Is this a vanity call, or did you just come by that naturally?
This is a vanity call, and I wanted to get something that reflected my name in some sort, and something easy to remember. Who's going to forget egg? So just something a little different.
Yes, well, it's interesting. Mine is actually an accident, just random. I got it in 1973. I lost it at one point, and so I reapplied as a vanity and got it back. So I've had this really since 1973, and no reflection. However, it worked out. I retired up here in Oregon on the Columbia River where I live now, so I can windsurf. So my license tag says wind. It looks like it says wind for hogs. So that's what all my windsurfing buddies think. So, and of course, I get the good thumbs up signs from all the Harley riders up and down the freeways. Anyway, I'm retired from North Carolina, settled up here now and with a family, and been up here about 4 years.
Copy that. That's a heck of a change from North Carolina to Oregon. I'm checking out your QRZ profile. Looks like, I don't know how old it is, but
you just put up some sort of tower with a beam on it.
Well, that's at the old QTH down in North Carolina, and what a waste. What a sorry story that is. I thought that was going to be my home forever, and my wife and I built that soon after we got married, which was about 14 years ago. And since then we've got a daughter now, which was kind of unexpected, which has been very nice. But I like to do a lot of outdoor activities, mostly sailing and windsurfing. So we're retired up here in the Columbia River with a windsurf. So we actually still have a QTH down in North Carolina, and I've got a tower sitting there that's not being used anymore. I pulled the octa beam off and brought it up here, but I don't have a tower up here yet, so it's just sitting in the backyard. And I had got the wire loop set up right now to kind of satisfy my directivity. But yeah, it gets really windy up here, so I've got to, when I do build a tower, it's going to have to be lower than the one I have down there, and it can't be self-standing. It's got to be guide.
Well, copy that, man. Well, I'm looking through your pictures on QRZ. Pretty cool. I see you windsurfing there. That's something I'd probably never be very good at with my balancing issues. Alan, real quick, I heard somebody else in there. Was there somebody else? Did you hear somebody?
Yeah, I think there was a 3-station. This is WN4HOG. Go ahead.
This is Kilo 3 India Foxtrot Oscar. Sorry for breaking in. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I dropped my pen. It's Kilo 3 India, I think. Oh, don't apologize. You're doing really well. I've got a solid 5.9 copy here in Oregon, and my buddy Greg down in El Chino, California, K6EGG. I think he heard you as well as I did. He's in Chino, California. I'm in near Portland, Oregon. Okay, K3IFO, what's the QTH?
Washington, D.C.
Very nice. You're doing a solid 10 over up here. Okay, thanks. Well, Greg had the frequency, so I'll turn it back to him real fast. So, Greg, the reason I asked about your suffix is because my daughter's picked up raising hens, and we must have 20 hens back here, and we get about a dozen eggs every 2 days and don't know what to do with them. Hi.
Well, that's a good problem to have right now with egg prices. And real quick, can I get a quick a QSO with Kilo 3 India Foxtrot Oscar out there in D.C.? Okay, just try again real quick. I got you about a 5-1 here in Chino, California. Not that good of a signal, but I'm a little bit further south in Chino, California, outside of Los Angeles.
Charlie 3 Juliet Sierra.
I think I lost him there. Go ahead up. I'm sorry, Alan, go ahead.
Okay, and I hit the dial. I hope I'm not off frequency. And just as you terminated that, I heard another 3-station call breaking in there. Is there another 3-station in there? I guess not. Must have been my imagination. But, well, Greg, anyway, I've got to, we are blessed with the 20 hens. I tell you what, overblessed. I ended up giving eggs away to all of my friends in the neighborhood, so made some points that way. And, I tell you what, they're so nice. They're free range, and the yolk is the deepest color of yellow you can imagine. So we're eating high on the hog up here. Hi. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign with you. I've got a net here at 7:30, a local net, and I need to go ahead and make my presence known there, so I'm going to let you have the frequency back. It's been a pleasure, and hope to hear you again. I think I may have talked to you. It's been about a year. Your suffix sounds so familiar to me, but anyway, I hope to hear you again, Greg. K6EGG, this is WN4HOG.
Copy that, man. Well, enjoy those eggs. I eat my 3 eggs. I try to 3 eggs a day, 5 days a week. So I appreciate it. And 7-3 from Chino, California.
7-3.
This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California.
Whiskey 7 Golf Lima November.
Whiskey 7, you mixed with somebody else?
Whiskey 7 Golf Lima November.
Whiskey 7 Golf Lima November. You're 5'9" in the city of Chino, California, Southern California tonight.
Oh, QSL, you are 5'9" plus. In North Idaho. I'm located in a little town, St. Mary's, Idaho, a little south of Coeur d'Alene. Hey, give me your call sign again real quick. I got part of it, but not all of it.
Sure. Before I do that, I'm looking at your QRZ profile. I love that photo with the next to the American flag. I love that stuff. Call letters are Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf.
Okay, Kilo 6 Egg. I like that. Yeah, that the picture that you're looking at, of course, my wife's standing there next to me. That was taken in Virginia City, Montana, in front of one of the old buildings there. And I saw that flag there, and I said, "Darling, let's go get our picture taken." So we did.
That's a good picture, man. To save that forever, man. I love it. Well, I appreciate the contact. I heard you mixed with somebody else. I'm going to try to get a couple more. I don't have too much time tonight like I normally do. But, Glenn, I appreciate the contact up there close to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, St. Mary's, I believe. Whiskey 7 Golf Lima November Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf 7-3.
7-3 there, Greg. Have a good evening.
All right. Was there somebody else calling the same time the Whiskey 7 station was to K6EGG? Try again. Ending in whiskey.
Whiskey Hotel Whiskey. Kilo 0 Whiskey Hotel Whiskey. I got Greg.
Man, I got a light copy on you tonight there, Bill. I think I talked to you on 40 meters before. I know that. Kilo 0 Whiskey Hotel Whiskey. You're about a 5'1" into Chino.
I'll take the 5'1". I'm going to give you a 5'5". I'm not going to keep you, Greg. Glad to make the contact. And I'm in North Carolina today. November 12.
Oh, you are? Okay. You know what? We did talk on 20. I thought it was 40 in Arizona. So, and you're all the way in North Carolina. Even better, coast to coast. I appreciate the contact there. Kilo 0 Whiskey Hotel Whiskey. 7-3 from Chino. Was there another station calling Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf? Go ahead. Whiskey 4 Bravo Tango Juliet. Is that correct there, Tim? Tim, I don't know if you're still talking, but when you were saying my signal report, you dropped out. You were about a 5'5", and you disappeared into nothingness again. But I have it's enough for a contact, and I have you in my logbook if you can still hear me. All I caught there was all righty, but it sounds like you heard my last transmission. Thank you for being patient. Got a lot of noise, and the band's starting to disappear a little bit. 7-3 from Chino, California. QRZ.
Kilo 7 Echo Lima Zulu.
Kilo 7 Echo Lima Zulu. I heard you on another frequency earlier. You're booming down here into Southern California tonight, Rick.
Oh, right on. Thanks not a lot. I have you at a 5'9" up here into Spokane, Washington. Sounding awesome. Great sounding setup there.
Copy that. Same to here. Were you making dinner earlier, I think you were discussing?
No.
Maybe that was somebody else I heard. But, yeah, you got a great signal coming down the coast here into Southern California tonight.
Copy that. Well, hey, keep at it, and thanks for being there and answering the call.
Excellent. I appreciate the contact. And 7-3 from Chino, California.
73, KK7, ELZ clear.
This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California. Okay, Kilo Hotel 7 Charlie November? That sounds familiar. Jeremy, you've knocked into my noise floor there. You were about a 5.5, and then you dropped completely out. But I copy your 5.7 out there from our 50th state out there in the ocean.
Welcome aboard.
All right, man. Thank you for being patient. I got you in my logbook there for our second time. First time on 20 meters, so it's 7-3 once again. QRZ. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California. Calling any stations east of me or west of me or north of me. How about that? Once again, Kilo 6 Echo Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California.
Victor Echo 6, Papa Golf Tango.
Victor Echo 6, Papa Golf Tango. You're a 5.9 down here in Chino.
How's your 5.9? That's about a 5.6 here just north of Calgary, Alberta, over.
How far north are you from Calgary? Because I have some family in Red Deer, like almost to, it might almost be closer to Edmonton.
Yeah, we're about 30 miles north of Calgary, or probably 2.5 hour drive to Edmonton from here, over.
Copy that. I've probably been pretty close to there. I've been up to Red Deer a couple times, and Calgary, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. So good to get you in the log. Get you in the log. It looks like the first time up there from Alberta, there, Paul.
Roger, can you say again your call sign, please? It faded out there for a bit. I didn't get it written down, over.
No problem. It's Kilo 6 Echo Golf, and first name here is Greg. Golf Romeo Echo Golf.
Hi, Greg. Nice to meet you. It's Paul here, Papa Alpha Uniform Lima.
Great to hear your voice, and I have you in my logbook. I'm going to see if I can get a couple more before I head down to 40 meters tonight.
Hi, Greg. 17 again, and have a good evening.
Copy that. 7-3. You started diving in my noise floor, unfortunately, so the band's probably shifting a little bit. 7-3. This is Kilo 6 Echo Germany, calling CQ from Chino, California, about 40 miles east of Los Angeles. Also live streaming on YouTube with a link in my QRZ profile. Once again, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf, calling CQ 20 meters. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf, calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California, outside of Los Angeles. Once again, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf, calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California.
What the heck just happened there? I make a contact in North Carolina, Florida, Hawaii, Washington, and then poof.
All right, just try again here. Maybe somebody's scrolling through the band, sees my signal on the waterfall, so I'm going to talk for a minute or two. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf, calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California, outside of Los Angeles. Once again, the Kilo 6 Echo Golf, Greg K6EGG, calling CQ 20 meters.
That's wild that nobody. So I'm making it out, but nobody's listening.
Alpha Charlie 0 Papa November.
See if I got this one right. Alpha Charlie 0 Papa November. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, that's correct. Andy is Bruno, Bravo Romeo Uniform November. Solid 5-9 into the Black Hills of South Dakota. Microphone back.
Oh, copy that there, Bruno. I wasn't expecting the Alpha call, so my finger either on the K or the W ready to go. You're a 5-1 into Southern California from the city of Chino, which is about 40 miles east of downtown Los Angeles. Signal's kind of going up and down tonight.
No problem from your side, but I don't have any man-made QRM, so I have absolute noise level 0, but I have some atmosphere.
This guy in a teepee right now?
Thunderstorm going by, or just a little bit of rumbling in the Black Hills of South Dakota here, but we got also a pretty good solid copy, so yeah, 73 here from the Black Hills, and hope to meet you again on the frequency. This is Alpha Charlie 0 Papa November.
TP's on the air.
Hey, I'm looking at your QRZ profile there. That looks like a nice setup there with the TP and the solar panels there in the background. That looks great, man. I appreciate the contact, and I have you in my logbook.
Okay, thank you, Greg, and that's exactly the setup I'm operating right now. So, yeah, enjoy the profile.
That's pretty cool. Check this out. TP's on the air.
That's pretty cool, man. 7-3, and I appreciate the contact, sir.
It said TP's on. That's my first TP's on the air. That's pretty cool. He's like roughing it right now.
All right, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California.
Welcome aboard there, DJ Hobbies. How did you find us?
Once again, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters.
Still 10 over here in Colorado.
That's beautiful. I'd like to hear that. I worked my first TP.
Your first TP?
Yeah, that guy. Did you see the guy's setup there in QRZ? Bruno, Alpha Charlie 0 Papa November?
No, I didn't see that. I was cooking dinner.
I don't know if you're watching, but I have his QRZ profile up. He looks like he is just kind of off-gridding it, and he's got an awesome-looking setup there.
I want one.
I do too.
That is awesome, man. Look at that. That is great. All right, man. Yeah, keep calling CQ. I'm gonna go eat some dinner, man. It's awful chilly out here in Colorado tonight, so I made a fresh batch of chili to go along with it. So, hey, we'll watch the live stream here. K6EGG K0BS.
Copy that. Yeah, I just heard. I saw the weather in Denver is in the mid 50s there in rain. So 7-3 from Chino, California. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California.
Were you looking up ham radio or something like that? That's pretty cool. Thank you for joining in. I try to do this a couple times a week. I actually was on last night. And I probably won't be on until next Sunday, but I appreciate it. If you're looking to get your ham radio license, we got plenty of people in here to help out.
This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Southern California in the city of Chino. Once again, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf called CQ 20 meters from Chino, California.
Ted, did you change things up? Something looks different. I think I'm losing the band here.
This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California, outside of Los Angeles. Once again, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California.
Hit the wrong one. You changed your picture there, Tad. Yeah, that would be great, man. We'll try to. I need to get a haircut myself. What's left of it? There's not much. Look, my 5 head goes up further now.
All right, we'll try a couple more times before we go to 40 meters. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California.
India.
See if I got this one right. Kilo Romeo 4 Echo Sierra India. You're about a 5.5 to 5.1 here into Southern California. You out in Florida?
Roger. I got you a 5.5 in North Florida.
Copy the 5.5 in the Florida. It looks like you're not the Panama City kind of by? Is that where you're by?
No, it's the Panama City.
Well, copy that. Well, it's good to make the coast-to-coast contact up there in northern Florida in the panhandle there. I believe this is our first contact there, so I definitely have you in my logbook tonight. Oh, no, this is our second one.
It's kind of bad tonight.
Well, copy that, man. Well, I got you in my logbook, 7-3 from all the way across the United States in Chino, California.
Roger. 7-3.
This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf called CQ 20 meters from Chino, California, outside of Los Angeles. Once again, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf called CQ 20 meters from Chino, California. Kilo Charlie 9 Lima Foxtrot Juliet, you're 5.5 into Southern California tonight. Yeah, you kind of dropped into my QRM there just a bit, but I think you said that we worked each other March, which it looks like March 25th was our last or our only other QSO. You kind of dropped out that little bit in that last transmission, but I have you in my logbook again.
I know a couple people in Bakersfield. If they want to drop in the chat, if they're watching, one of them is in Oildale.
Okay, Greg. I think you turned it back 7-3.
7-3. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California, outside of Los Angeles. One last time, going once, going twice, calling CQ 20 meters.
I don't know if I want to say hi.
You can. I thought I heard somebody else in there, but you can.
Well, I can wait. Somebody else can go.
I could barely hear him.
I don't hear nothing.
You probably hear him before I would, so maybe I was just hearing things, and that's definitely possible with my brain.
That's possible. I don't know. I'm kind of pointed southeast, though, kind of towards California. I'd have to point east if it's somebody on the East Coast.
Well, copy that. You already do your walk tonight?
Mostly, I've got a couple thousand steps left, but it's progressive throughout the day.
It's better to spread them out anyways there, I believe. I think that's what I've heard.
It's all right. Sometimes I do a lot, sometimes I do a little at a time. Whatever I feel like doing. I usually do like 6,000 right off when I get off of work, and then I'll spread the other 4,000 out throughout the night.
And it's going to get darker sooner now that the equinox it just happened there. I'm already dark down here, fully darkness.
Oh yeah, it's dark here too, but whatever, it's not that big of a deal. I got a flashlight, I can walk in the dark, it's not that big of a deal. I got a long driveway, it's my own property, and I'm not afraid of animals. There's no animals around here that can hurt me. Anyway, I'll let you go, Greg. This is K7 UAP, back to you.
Well, copy that. Yeah, we got animals here, but not like four-legged ones or two-legged ones. They're just, well, they are two-legged, but they're not like normal animals. They're not like wild animals. Because I'm in California,
Well, I'd watch out for drug addicts is what I'd look for.
All right, man. I'm going to go down to 40 unless anybody else pops in here before I change the before I change the band. I appreciate the contact for our 74th time, at least on voice.
Are you serious? That's how many times we've talked on voice?
Yeah, we're getting close to the century mark here.
All right, 73, K7 UAP.
7-3. Anybody else out here on 20 meters before I move down to 40? Going once? Going twice? Anybody CQ? 20 meters.
Well, those
QSY K6EGG.
I stood next to one of those red kangaroos. Those things are freaking huge.
Santa Rosa.
Tenía yo uno también. And what was that to say? Don, I'm going to try to get back to here. I got in order to reach or listen to Tomo at. I think it was
DJ Hobbies. About how old are you? I back in the day, my sister used to live up in Fresno, and I would drive through the Bakersfield area quite a bit, probably about once every 2 months. Up Highway 99. In fact, I slipped off the side of the road one time, not too far from Bakersfield, because we had like major fog one year. Spanish speakers.
Up here is like I said, the big Yellowstone or one of these other things.
Well, I definitely made some new contacts tonight on 20 meters. I'm pretty happy about that. Made it into Florida, North Carolina, Washington, Hawaii, and Oregon. Idaho, South Dakota. I think I did pretty well tonight on 20.
Oh yeah. I could imagine.
This guy's got a big signal.
Oasis, it really is, isn't it? It's just a beautiful place. My God, isn't it nice?
It is very nice, and there's so much to do there.
Booming ass signal into Southern California tonight.
I was more impressed by that than I was Old Faithful, and I didn't even know what it was, and we just ran into it by accident. So yeah, it was spectacular. It's very spectacular. How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. Didn't do a whole bunch. I was kind of milking my back a little bit, but I did some things around the house and just kind of kicked back and enjoyed. And we had great weather and sat out there and had a barbecue. And nephew and father-in-law came over, and I just had a good time. Didn't go anywhere. Didn't do anything. Sometimes that's just fine too.
Sounds like me.
Yeah, that's excellent. Those are some of the best weekends.
Yeah, you got that. Listen, James, hey, thanks for jumping in. And hey, don't be bashful. You're always welcome to jump in here and say hello, Roger.
Roger that. Thank you very much. And, yeah, have a good night, and I'll be listening in for a while.
Okay, James, you take care. That's my buddy James there. He's out of Poway, California. Gas station. He's Kilo 6 Whiskey Romeo Juliet. We'll go ahead and clear with James. You have a great evening. And we'll look for more check-ins. Royal System, jump in. Let's get you on the log.
I might have to hit you up, because I owe somebody a lunch there too, so maybe I'll just pay it forward.
Check-ins. Looking for your check-ins. This is Royal System. All stations welcome. Come with your call. Let's get you on the log.
I'm not part of this, but I want to listen.
Check-ins. Looking for your check-ins. Royal System. Come with your call. All righty, not much going on, and like Jim said, I think I'm having too much fun here. I'm going to put one more out there.
Nobody wants to check into his net, and we lost Nate. I think he's doing some testing tonight.
A theory here, by the way, in terms of the increasing noise floor on the SDR radios.
What? You know what? Why don't I just wait a minute? Why don't I just do my own fake net again? Remember I had like 12 check-ins on the net? I did that fake net. Were you part of that?
Not just a solid white that's increasing.
That was fun.
I mean lightning. I think the reason why the noise floor is increasing is we have and then I went over here to lightning maps, and there's a lot of lightning going from New Mexico up through the Great Lakes into the Great Lakes. And so when you get
Eggnet, yeah. What's up, Mr. Sadham?
Close enough together in time.
Yeah.
Noise, and for me that means that the waterfall turns wider and wider, meaning there's more and more noise. But I don't think it's so much
the wind system Eggnet.
As it is.
I wouldn't say I'm banned, but I don't think I'm supposed to go on there.
Baseline noise up.
I would like an official letter. If you guys want to send this out to anybody that cares about the wind system, send me an official letter that I'm banned. I will frame that on my wall in here.
Yep. I just wanted to look at what my noise.
I should jump on. Hey, we're saving this for a net in 11 minutes. So this is a purely fun thing. And what's your name, by the way? A purely fun thing. So I don't really have a schedule. I try to go on when I can. It's normally about 2 times a week. So this will be the first day of the week, obviously. I'm going to stream tonight and Sunday night at this point. So my next time will be Sunday night right around the same time. Next week, I might be out of town. I don't know yet. I might be in Washington State. I might be in Nevada, or I might be off. So if I do that, I will. I might stream remotely. I've done that in the past, and I've done it in probably 10, 15 different states.
See you later, alligator. Good night, Carl. Good night, Carl. Okay, I guess it's over to me. I didn't write anything down to say anything, except for life is beautiful all the time, and yeah.
I want to be banned off something. I think that would be a badge of honor.
Yeah, well, last couple
there's
of days,
been people banned off that system.
Pretty darn good.
Then nobody really uses it. I hear less people check in on the night net.
A pretty good day too for 10 meters.
I'm always a little bit off.
I go there once in a while. I just have a 10-meter vertical, about 15 feet off the ground, and when the band is open, oh yeah, it does fantastic, really good. What else was I going to say? Carl, I think your wife will help you in your endeavor to pay the plumbers. So don't feel bad. And yes, I do remember when you told Scotty to just go and buy the FTDX 101 M or D because you deserve it. It's a retirement radio. It might be the last one that you will ever own, and you better go get it before they run out because it was such a good deal, right? $1,000 off the normal price. Wow, that was a good deal.
And if you get on HF and you get your general, which is your next, I don't want to call it ticket. Your next license, we could definitely talk to each other in 40 meters.
Bye now.
You have a place to put up an antenna in the whole 9 yards?
Monty in 7PLQ AJ60.
All right, you take care. Nice to have you in here. We also have a Discord that the Nightbot put in there. Do you want to jump in? That's AJ60, Curtis. I'm going to find a nice place to park myself. Listen here for a minute. Really? The 6-meter queen's getting excited because she just heard somebody. Is that FM? That'd be an FM frequency? I don't know that band very well, so.
This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf is the frequency in use. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf is the frequency in use. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 40 meters from Chino, California.
November 6 India Echo.
I was about ready to email you, actually. Ron, we need to chat.
Okay, sure.
After the last time we talked, I think it was like 10 days ago. I have to double check here. Yeah, it was about 10 days ago. I added in my Aphex Dominator 2, and I believe it made a difference.
It does. I hear much more resonant bass now.
Yeah, I had this thing staring at me for 2 years, and I should have put it in line. And it's actually very forgiving when you set this thing up, when you roll around the high and low frequency and the... what do they call it? Density on this thing? I think it's called density.
Yeah, they make it so you can't make anything sound bad, even if you try.
Yeah, you don't hear it, pardon me, you don't hear it work like the DBXs or, some of those other leveling devices.
Yeah, it sounds nice. Good addition with that RE27.
I appreciate the forward thought into saying I should put it in line, and I'm a little bit upset at myself that I didn't do it earlier because I listened to myself on some SDRs, and going between the two of this is me. This is all the processing out now, completely bare, no compression, no nothing. To adding in all the outboarded stuff there, huge difference in audio sounds.
And in S-meter reading, too, you dropped way down when you pulled that stuff out.
What was I thinking there, Ron? You inspired me. I appreciate it.
That's good. Hey, I got a question for you. I know you're an audio engineer, and I was wondering, what kind of audio work do you do?
I can actually... it's always hard to explain, but I don't know if you ever watch... Do you ever watch any sports or have watched any sports in the past?
No, but I do know about a lot about remote broadcast.
Okay, so I basically set up the remote broadcast for sporting events. I set up audio in the announce booth for the announcers. which is it's not only stuff you hear on the air. It's their IFBs, intercom systems. Also set up microphones on the field to hear different effects mics or different effects, like the back crack, a ball being caught, or a kick in a football game, or stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I've had some experience with some of that type of stuff, doing sports remotes. Some of it a long, long time ago, back in the 1960s. There were some strange times in setting up for football games and things of that nature.
I'm actually, once again, I'm streaming. I put a link in the chat of actually someone made a video the last couple weeks. Exactly what I do for a living, and posted it on YouTube. So I put that in my chat. It basically shows the setup. A lot of our stuff has changed over to IT. So it goes into the what we call Dante, and it gets delivered via IP down to our production truck, and it stays pretty much IP till it gets to your house almost. It gets encoded and decoded, but a lot of stuff's changed.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with the Dante stuff. I've used that in studio, radio studio design work, automation, things like that. I don't have a whole lot of it operational now, but there was some that was sent from a syndicated program that we carried once, and where they supplied all the hardware and everything. So you're pretty much hardwired all the way through. No RPU equipment or anything like that, huh?
Nope. In fact, some of the way that the networks operate, we'll have a Dante setup, and it will be in our production truck. Depending on the network, they'll basically tap into that Dante network. Either they'll embed the audio down video, or they'll send it to the internet somehow. I don't know how exactly. Depends on the network, of course. And then they can remote in and control everything there, and they'll send basically, 20 or 30 different paths of audio back to the network, mix it all there, and then send it up on the, on the air for a broadcast. And they basically cut the amount of staff on site in half.
Yeah, I can imagine. Plus, it sounds like they've got pretty enhanced backup too with all of those. If something goes out, there's probably something redundant in there.
Yeah, we have a couple different redundancy paths. I don't want to say the network on the air because I'm streaming and I don't want to give away too much. But depending on the network, the Dante boxes have an analog out, and we'll plug that into another IP machine that's not linked with the truck at all. That was it's parked locally on site. It's called, I don't know if you've ever heard of Live View. And they'll send down one camera feed and two announcer mics down for a backup, so they have something. But yeah, we definitely have some redundancies, and a couple networks do a couple of different things. Send an IP audio back out of the main announce mics, but we definitely have some backup setups.
Yeah, that sounds good. Some of my stations used to carry the San Francisco Giants. And 49ers. And since that's a regional network, not a big national network, it was actually distributed by satellite. A kind of old satellite. It wasn't old satellite technology, but they hadn't really upgraded it as far as they could have. The programming originated at KNBR in San Francisco, then went to a satellite uplink and down to us.
Yep, I actually know some folks that work up there at KNBR. I actually saw them yesterday. Believe it or not, but a lot of stuff's changed now. They don't do too many uplinks up on satellite because it's actually more expensive. They just have them tap into an IP stream, and pretty much everybody gets the same feed from that. It's pretty amazing. Well, back in the day, you had to do it satellite. There was no other way. I know you might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, but back in the day, some of the stations were linked via microwave hilltop, but now with some of this IP stuff, you can be in a studio across the country and have somebody in your soundboard and you can't even tell that they're across the country.
Yeah, It's definitely come a long way from the old days, but I think that the old Candlestick Park, they actually did have an RPU link that went to KNBR, and I don't know if that was their primary or just a backup, but they would send all that stuff up over the satellite, and we would pick it up, although there weren't that many stations that were carrying it. But it's now satellite bandwidth is getting harder and harder to find on the C-band. They auctioned off a whole bunch of it. Actually, we were the recipients of a nice thing because every satellite dish that we had, we got paid some exorbitant amount of money, like $7,000 or $9,000, just to promise not to sue the cell phone companies for taking the frequencies.
Yeah, that's wild. I think they use that stuff for ultra band, or I'm not familiar with it. I think, does that sound right? Was it ultra? What's a UV or something like that? UL or something like that? Frequency when you're like, they basically put it like a high-speed repeater inside a building.
I don't know what they're planning on doing with that. I mean, traditionally it was the old, the old 22,000 mile out fixed satellite. They would uplink and then downlink, but it was kind of easier to achieve frequencies around 4 gigs. I think 3.2 to 4.2 or 3.8 to 4.2. Anyway, they took away a whole bunch of it, and now it's looking like they're going to take away the rest too. So there's no need for it. I mean, we needed it back in the day that you didn't have good, reliable, high-speed internet pretty much everywhere, and in most cases, although we don't have a lot of it at our stations, it's all fiber optic. By the way, this is N6IE.
This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf, and a lot of these even TV network affiliates, they have fiber PLN lines between them with dedicated packet service point to point, and they have FTP servers where, if I'm like, let's say I'm in LA and I do a story on I don't know, some guy popping his tire on the Highway 10, I put that story in the FPT server, and some station in Clearwater, Florida wants to get it. They just yank it off and they can put it on the air, and there's no satellite transmission. It's just it's all there for everybody. So it's amazing how technologies change. I think when I first started TV that was ending, when we do a news service, it was a CONUS, I think it was called, and we would just basically repeatedly upload all kinds of different stories from different TV stations locally.
Yeah. On the radio side of things, we pretty much, in fact, we have completely weaned ourselves off of satellites. Everything is coming in either by FTP, some kind of a push methodology, or what have you, to get this stuff to us for our 12 stations. But we do carry nationally syndicated morning radio shows, a lot of other programs like syndicated voice tracks that download all the custom information, but then the local automation puts it together. But all of that stuff gets in over wire now, not over satellite. It's just too expensive to do that. Although the satellite, one thing I have to say, was very, very reliable.
And to your point with the, using satellites for, shipping content, are they still using STLs like on, I don't know, I think they were 900 megahertz or something like that? Or are they all IP based up to wherever the tower is located at?
Well, yes and no. A lot of stations still use the 950 meg. They use analog, and there's digital. We've got several of our stations, I think 4 of them, that use 950 megahertz digital stuff that fits in the same bandwidth at 950 megs. There's also a lot of stuff now fiber optic, but I think most of the stations, they keep their 950 as a backup in case the fiber optic goes out, because it's completely under your control. You can make sure it always works. Once it leaves your building, it's anybody's guess.
Plus, giving up those frequencies, because the FCC would love to auction off some of that stuff. I know. I think they've auctioned off some of the old microwave stuff the local news gathering used to use with their ENG trucks. They used to hop up to the mountaintops, as far as I understand.
Yeah, I think a lot of that stuff is gone, or it's moved, or it's all sorts of things. Another thing I'm hearing a lot of talk about, and you've probably run into this, is what frequencies are you allowed to use wireless mics on? That's been a hot topic recently.
Oh, we've been getting crushed. When I first entered the business, 800 megahertz was like the new thing for wireless, and we had I owned a wireless company. We used to rent out RF mics to TV networks, and so we went pretty deep in the mid 800s, right around channel 68 UHF, and 4 years after we did that, they auctioned off a lot of that to wireless providers, and squeezed. That's when they squeezed all the TV stations into a narrower part of the UHF band for digital, and we lost all that stuff. And then we bought high 600 megahertz, low 700 megahertz, and then 5 years after that, they sold those off. So we're squeezed, except for a small portion of 600 megahertz. I think it's around 612. We have to use everything below 600.
Yeah, I know. I think there's some sharing on 950 as well for some of it at least. But yeah, it's very lucrative to sell that stuff off. That little chunk of C-band around 4 gigahertz and a little below that, the FCC got something like 81 billion, billion with a B, from the cell phone companies. Those cell companies, they have more money than God.
Yeah. And I know for production, I work in downtown LA, and we're pretty maxed out on bandwidth, and to the point where what we do have available, the people that auctioned off all this stuff and squeezed us in such a narrow area, they didn't realize that. With all of us being so close to each other, it's starting to cause a lot of intermod, and we can't even use the frequencies that are clear.
Yeah, I know about it. It's really kind of a hard thing to get all the coordination done, and so you have to have good coordinators. Then there's a guy down in L.A. that I know, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I think his last name is Fine or something like that coordinates a lot of those frequencies. But I know that's not an easy thing anymore. But that's why, at least for land-to-land operation, running fiber and any kind of digital internet backup, things like that, is really kind of the way to go on that now.
Oh yeah, and then for at least on our side, and people don't realize that some of these productions come in and we just want a wireless. We don't understand why it's not working here. It worked yesterday in Arizona or whatever. They don't understand the nuances with the what's going on with bandwidth, and they just think it works. It's supposed to work because it works somewhere else.
Yeah, that must be really tough for something like, say, a one-time only, where you have a lot of different broadcasters and different people that use frequencies, like, for instance, the Super Bowl. Just must be incredible coordination effort these days.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was directly involved, but I have worked events like that. They have a team of frequency coordinators, and something like the Super Bowl, they have like 1 or 2 days, about 4 or 5 days before the event, where they make everybody that is assigned an RF frequency to turn on everything at once, just like they would be during the show or during the game, including everybody using their two-way radios to see what interferes and what issues they have, and they go back and they try to work on making sure everybody's accommodated for their needs, and it's pretty cool. RF wars, and everybody that has a wireless mic or some sort of antenna on the radio, they have a little colored sticker that designates what group you're part of, and that will and a number, a code. You're basically licensed for that small area. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I can imagine it's also a different story when you get a whole bunch of 50,000 people in a stadium and all their cell phones are on. We're doing some very, very local sports in one of our small markets, Marysville, California, Yuba City, Marysville, and it was for one of those B baseball teams or an A-League team. whatever it was, and we tested out everything using wireless, using the actual wireless Wi-Fi at the stadium, small stadium, and everything was great until all of the people showed up, and immediately they all pulled out their cell phones, they all started using Wi-Fi, and we started getting dropouts and losses all the way.
Yeah, to your point, a lot of people don't realize with all the Wi-Fi and the time slots that get separated, and people running their hotspots on their phone, clogging up everything. It's basically like a traffic jam in the air that we can't see, and people get very frustrated when their devices don't work and they don't understand that there's, I was just in a stadium on Saturday night. They had 53,000 people, and we had some wireless issues, and they're like, "Whoa, what's going on? Why can't this work?" It's like, you know what? It's just not going to work. We can't fix what's in between the transmitter and the receiver. There's just no way. It's just not. There's no physical way to fix it.
I can imagine some ham radio operator comes in there with his $35 Biofang radio and all kinds of intermod and harmonics and garbage coming out. Could probably throw a monkey wrench into things too.
We're lucky we don't deal with all that too much. Very rarely, because we don't broadcast what actual frequencies we're on. And a lot of that stuff so much low powered. I think the highest power thing we use is or allowed to use is 100 milliwatts. And to my next point, a lot of times these folks will come in with productions with their, sometimes 50 milliwatt microphones and want to, go 600-700 feet with it and not have any dropouts. It's like, that's not how it works.
Yeah, definitely needs some RF behind it. By the way, you're coming in about 20 over 9 up here in the San Francisco Bay Area tonight.
Yeah, you're almost a plus 40, and obviously nice loud audio. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf in Chino, California.
November 6, India Echo. I'll let you get on with your YouTube broadcast there. I monopolized the frequency a bit. It's good talking to you, but I'll let you work some others if you want to get some before you shut down tonight, Craig.
Well, copy that, Ron. Not monopolizing, always good conversation, and I was actually going to email you probably tomorrow morning and was going to try to connect with you at some point and let you know that I got my Aphex Dominator 2 dialed in, I think. I might play with it a little bit more and see if I could push anything else out. One thing I did notice, I was going to hit you up real quick before you leave. I'm thinking what this Aphex does is it basically not like a compressor because it's multi-band. It basically pushed everything up into a shelf where peak limits without any distortion. Is that how this thing works? I'm not too familiar with this particular unit. I'm more familiar with the compeller version of this.
Yeah, that's completely different. The compeller is just an AGC, kind of a gain riding or compression device, and by changing the control on that, you can have it toward gain riding or compression, either one, or in a middle place. But that's supposed to be run in front of the Studio Dominator. That is a 3-band limiter, so that doesn't have you don't want to put a whole lot of range in it. You don't want to see too many of those green lights lighting up on it, but it will limit each of the audio bands separately. I have mine set up so I have the most amount of bass that I can put into the low frequency one and the most amount of treble down into on the treble one, because it's the narrow band of ham radio. But that's been a good setup from everything I've been able to play with, and I usually boost the high end and drop the low end. It only gives you plus or minus 5 dB on each of those, so it's not a real critical adjustment.
So on the Dominator, you boost the high end and lose the low end. Is that correct?
Yeah, I do. Because on ham radio, just like AM radio, you kind of lose a little bit on the high end of it. And, the microphone that I have does not have a lot of high-frequency audio. And if you want intelligibility and good audio, you got to kind of push the high end up a bit.
Let me try something here. I just boosted the high end. I'm all the way plus 5. I had it at plus 3, so probably not too much of an audible difference. Maybe on the scope you can see it. Did it change anything there?
kind of hard to tell, especially the short skip that we have between here and there. There's a lot of multipass, and so it changes constantly, not because of your adjustment, just because of atmospherics.
The other thing, that's what I figured, that's 3 dB, that's actually 2 dB, you're not going to, audibly, it's going to be hard to hear, even if it is clear. There's something 17 hertz, or I can't see because it's in the dark here, a 34 hertz. Where do you have that crossover set at?
That's 1.7 kilohertz, I believe. Let me look at mine quickly here. That is, I got the green, let's see, that's the stereo coupling. I have it the 1.7, and then the lower one I have set it, I think that's 200. Yeah, 200, 250, somewhere around there. And that gives you the best dynamics for amateur radio.
All right, so I changed my low frequency to 210. I don't really notice any difference in my ear, though.
No, that sounds good. It gives it a little smoother sound.
All right. This is pretty, thank you for helping me out. There's not much, I guess you could say, how to set this thing up. Because usually these are set it up and leave it type of gear. Would you agree on that?
Oh, yeah. Once you've played with it, now, unless you're doing something special like a contest or, working on DX, you might want to adjust it differently for that. There's all sorts of tricks you can do to
because it gives me an option. It's one or the other.
Communications type sound. But for the rag fueling and stuff like you're doing now, once you have it set, just leave it.
Do you have your density all the way up, I'm guessing?
No, I have density and let's see, what's the other one? Release, density and release, I both have at 12 o'clock.
Interesting. Let me try to move my density here. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Don't hear too much of a difference there. Check, 1, 2.
Like I say, you won't hear a whole lot because they make that thing to work in kind of a very narrow range of settings so that you can't make yourself sound bad. Apex was very famous for that. They wanted audio equipment that was not obtrusive in the sound of any way. Like you pointed out, DBX and some of the others, you can get into trouble. And that was, Orban was like that on some of the station processors. They wanted to make sure you didn't push things too far and wreck your audio. Whereas the other one, Omnia.
Sorry, man.
Let's see, was that? Yeah, the Omnia stuff that Frank Foti did. You can get in trouble with that. It allows you to do a lot of things that don't necessarily sound good.
Well, all right. Well, I help you. Thank you for helping me understand this a little bit more because I didn't really get it. And the last quick setting, the peak setting, peak ceiling. Sorry, I have mine minus 20. Sorry. Minus 10. Sorry, it's in the dark here. Would you suggest minus? You suggest 0 for that?
Well, that's just for your output level, and what'll happen, it'll attenuate. As you turn that level down, you'll see more green lights go on because you're pushing it harder and harder. You turn it up, there'll be less green lights, and the reason for that is that it's just an output level control. So whatever your radio wants to hear, or if you're running into a board, or whatever you're running it into, that's where you set your level on that. So that won't have any effect on the sound, just the output voltage on it.
Copy that. Oh, yeah, it did make a difference there. Wow. Check 1, 2. I could hear a little bit of buzz there. I'm going to stay with minus 10. All right, cool. I appreciate it.
Okay, all right. Well, glad to help, and we'll listen for you again another day on here. You have a good one tonight. This is November 6th, India Echo.
Ron, I appreciate your insight on this. And 7-3 from Kilo 6 Echo Golf.
7-3.
Anybody else on here?
Kilo 6 Hotel Tango Delta.
What is going on, Ron, or Walter?
Not much. I just thought I'd let you know you're doing really well into Sacramento as well, and I hope everything's going well for you. Just checking in with you, and we'll say goodnight.
Copy that. Thanks for checking in to the EggNet tonight here on 233 on 40 meters.
Roger that. Have a good night, Greg, and hello to everybody. K6HTD clear.
Thank you, Walter. 7-3. Anybody else? I got you in the logbook, too. Anybody else? Had a good signal too. Good signal. Anybody else? This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf calling CQ on 40 meters. All right. I'm going to go QRT from the air and start talking and get on 40 meters, get on FT8. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf.
I love to talk, geek out on that audio stuff. And plus, I've never really had, check. I've never really had somebody, so I shouldn't say that, at least on this particular unit. So I wanted a compeller, which is a sister unit to this that you put in front of this, as far as I understand. Well, at least what Braun just said. It's like a leveler. And I remember going in an entertainment truck, and the entertainment TV trucks are set up differently than a sports truck. Because a sports truck, it's like a off-road vehicle versus a Cadillac or a BMW, like an entertainment truck is the best way I can describe it. Anyways, I saw like a rack of these compellers in there, and I'm like, why are they in here and they're not in TV trucks? And I asked the engineer at the time. I am spacing on his name, which bums me out because he's since passed away. So we were going to go to lunch. He was going to go to lunch. Instead, he spent 45 minutes with me, showing me and giving me demonstrations on how this thing, Evan Edelman, you could probably look him up on IMDb or anything like that. He did dance. He was the audio engineer for Dancing to the Stars. He did audio in the Academy Awards, like the main mixer, Emmy Awards. You probably heard his stuff if you watched any like entertainment stuff. I worked with him in sports. He did some of our award shows for E that I worked for 25 years. But anyways, he spent 45 minutes with me, just like explaining the dynamics on how this thing works. He started from the input gain on the mixer, to the insert point on the mixer, because back then it was analog, getting, setting the levels correctly, and how you can basically just notch out high leveled stuff without hearing, like it working, like I said, like the DBX compressors. I want to say compressors versus a leveler, which a compeller is. You hear you hear it grab. Like if I don't want to mess up my levels here, but you don't want to hear that. It's not soothing to your ear. And basically, what Evan did, I don't know if you've heard like audience mics. He took each individual. He had like 30 or 40 different audience mics. Some of them lavalier, some of them shotguns, some of them short shotguns, because they all sound different. He put the lavaliers close to people, like on poles and whatever, so you can hear individual crowd or audience, I should say. And he took those into the console, and then on each individual channel, he inserted the compeller for leveling. I don't know if you heard Ron say the stereo coupling. So you can use these as a stereo unit, which they'll level on one side. Actually, if something gets hot on one channel, it will bring it down on the other channel. Or you can stereo couple it, where you can have them running individually, which Evan did. And he basically just showed me how he would tune in each one of these audience mics. So you hear like individual people clapping and laughing, and you hear it as a group too. It's like it brings you in the room audibly. He did that on a lot of different comedy specials. So he kind of, him and Ed Green has since passed away. They kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I would say pioneered that as far as a audio effect, which was just natural sound that was being created in the environment they're at. But they would channel that and bring that into, tell the story of what's going on. A lot of people don't realize that audio is a big part of the story. If you watch movies with dynamics, with, I don't want to get into how the movie theater, all the major movies, do stuff. But as far as that stuff, it's part of the movie. And, a lot of people don't really care about that stuff, but they don't realize that it is actually part of it. And it makes, if you got bad audio, you almost don't want to watch something. So he spent a lot of time with me, showing me how that thing worked. And I made sure when I walked out of there, I remember walking down the steps, this guy that was probably one of the top engineers at the time, at least for television, and I would say almost the world, in my personal opinion, because he was doing all these big shows that, are in the entertainment capital of the world. He spent 45 minutes with me on his lunch, show me exactly how this works. I remember walking down the steps going, I'm going to remember how that thing's set up, and I'm going to try to share that as much as possible. I did with a couple other engineers, and that's why I love my part of like geeking out on that stuff, and that's why I kind of like the whole ham radio thing, because people kind of help each other, other people out there. Let me see, what do you got there, Colin? I didn't. Yes, that's him right there. That is him right there. That was a good dude. Knew him very well. I know his son. His son was in the business. I think he's not in it anymore. I don't know for sure. But he did a lot of stuff there, if you can see there. Yeah, see, I worked with him on E right here, Life on the Red Carpet. Yeah, he did America's Funniest Home Videos for like 20 years or something like that. So yeah, he spent a lot of time with me on other stuff as well. But I didn't realize it's been 10 years since he's passed. Wow. I got a picture with him somewhere, but yeah, good dude. Thank you for finding that there. I didn't see that before. I know they did on the Emmys, because the Emmys were on about a week after he passed. They put him in the memorial thing. So yeah, he was a good dude. Knew his stuff. He had a golden ear, and dang, he was good at his job. I didn't really concert. Yeah, he had a few trophies. So yeah, sharing is the best thing out there. That's why I like our hobby, because people share information. We all grow from it. That's kind of why I'm doing this. You can see from all my bad mistakes I've made and the little improvements I've made on this little setup I have. I'm just kind of working with what I have, and hopefully eventually going to get some sort of different antenna system to make myself sound a little bit better. But I'm pretty happy with at least the audio portion of it. I got to make up the way I look at it. Got 15 QSOs tonight. Some of them new. Since I can't have a good antenna system and an amplifier, I'm going to try to make it up on the audio there. Just got back from the run outside. That's unfortunate. What do you got there, Colin? What are you going to try to get me to buy? Oh, is that for, no. Correct. See, that's the right way to look at it. Only 6 left. I don't know. The other thing is I got to get a bunch of parts to make that thing work. So I was thinking about that the other day. We'll see. Maybe if you guys can get me 20,000 subscribers by the end of October. I doubt that will happen. You never know. I appreciate all the 41 likes. Let's see. I'm going to switch accounts here on my other computer here. I got to think about it. I'm thinking ahead a little bit. It's going to get quiet next couple months. Why am I getting an ad? Oh, Taco Bell. I don't even want to think about eating right now. I'm so full. So, anyways, I'm going to be back. I should have had you, Gray Man. I should have had you in Sonobus tonight. Nobody's home tonight. I believe Seth is helping out doing some VE sessions, and he brought along Nate that you didn't see in the chat too much tonight. I don't know about Sam. Eric fell asleep in the Sonobus on Friday night. I think he still might be in our IFB. No, I think actually he's out. He was in the IFB for like 20 hours. I think he fell asleep the other night, which was, I think, daytime for him. Or very early. He was on a very early morning, I think. So at this point, yeah. Spain on 160? Yeah, I need to go to bed too. I don't have to go in the, I have to go in my office. So everybody knew that. I don't know if they're still in here. I appreciate you jumping in here. Saw a couple new screen names in there in the chat tonight. I appreciate it. I am going to try to come back some point in the afternoon, early afternoon, maybe if 10 meters is 10 meter voice is going on 11 meters. What channel? If not, it'll be about the same time I came on tonight, maybe a little bit later on Sunday night. Oops, got two faders open at the same time. We'll see. But anyways, yeah, I don't think it. Yeah, tomorrow may not work because I got to be at work at. I got to be at work at 11 tomorrow morning. Free band, baby. Voice would be difficult unless you're like a 9 over. I don't hear too much DX voice on 40. In fact, I think I heard it once, and it was on the extra part. Yeah. You guys want some weather? It's supposed to be hot and muggy here next couple days. Or I can let you guys see. I'll probably be, my computer will probably be on, but it doesn't mean that I'll be on. Thank you, Roy, for being in here tonight. I appreciate it. Ron, nice to see you in here. It's getting a little late, even though it's only 8:30 my time. I'm just getting set on 40 meters here. FT8. So if you guys want to get a contact with me, I'll be on 40 meters FT8. Real quick, check this out before I leave. This is the Equinox day. These straight up and down lines. That's pretty cool. Right on. We got to get you on the get you on HF. Right? Get some FT8 set up for you. I could probably hit you on 40 down there. Temecula? Is that where you're at? Paris? I don't know. Paris and Temecula. That's pretty close, right? What's that other city? At Lake Paris, yes. I've done a photo at Lake Paris. They don't have good cell phone coverage there. I was right by the lake. It was beautiful. It was like 50 degrees. It was like right before Christmas, I want to say. Menifee. So Menifee is actually right in between Paris and Temecula, 215, where they both merge. Is that? I don't go down that way very much anymore. I used to. Costa Rica's on 40, by the way, if anybody needs it. And I'm getting... all right. I'm going to hit the weather button. I hope I'm going to be back before Sunday. We'll see. And yes, 10 meters has been going crazy. Winter? So you in the summer now? Wait a minute. You should be going in the summer. Dude, you're already confusing me with your upside down logic. Right? It's already... Oh, that's good stuff, dude. Yeah, 10 meters opens about an hour for me after... Get this thing go down here so it's close to me. About an hour after sunrise. Colin's confusing me down there, dude. Holy moly. All right, I'm going to hit the button. Y'all have a good night. Colin, go eat some kangaroos or whatever you guys do down there. Go eat some koala. All right, see you guys.
Bye.